Hi everyone, welcome to Poisonous People. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the 7 reasons why I believe drama therapy is a fantastic tool for working through issues of narcissism. So I'm going to be explaining what drama therapy is and giving you those 7 reasons, but I want you to know that I have a big announcement at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end so you don't miss out on that announcement. But first, let's talk about what is drama therapy. Drama therapy is the intentional use of drama and/or theater processes to achieve therapeutic goals. And I want to point out that the North American Drama Therapy Association specifically uses the word intentional in that definition because drama alone, even when it's not used intentionally for therapeutic purposes, is very intense and very therapeutic. Drama tends to have an incredible cathartic effect on everyone. And this is why you find so many people who've never done any acting or theater really surprised at how deep this activity goes. It really gets to the heart of who we are as human beings, because when you're acting and when you're creating theater, there is this strange, almost spiritual transaction that takes place. And this puts tremendous emphasis on the concept of the self. And this is very important because narcissistic personality disorder is a disorder of the self. So let's look at those reasons why I believe this is a fantastic option for people who struggle with narcissism issues. Number 1, drama therapy allows you to put on a false self. Most of us have had the experience of feeling like we're being a little bit phony, or maybe feeling like who we really are isn't accepted. I think all of us at one point or another, when we were questioning who we are and what's our purpose in the world, we've toyed with being other people and wishing maybe we were someone else. Well, drama actually gives you the opportunity of taking on a character and being that character for whatever length of time the activity or the rehearsal is taking place. And I can remember when I was doing theater and I was kind of much younger, high school, college age, and just thinking about how awesome it was for me to just disappear for a little while and have this other person take my place. And it's done in a controlled way where I'm actually expected to disappear and become someone else. It's a really healthy way to kind of act out a lot of narcissistic fantasies and to kind of get your grandiosity out of your system. The second thing about drama therapy that's great for narcissism is that you get to experience character flaws and undesirable emotions through a surrogate. And there are times in your normal, everyday life where you don't really feel like you get to express certain emotions. Maybe those emotions are discouraged, or you were taught that emotion makes you look weak. This is a great outlet for emotion that you feel is inappropriate or unacceptable to show, because you're not actually the one crying. You're not actually the one getting angry. It's the character. And that character acts as a surrogate through which you can experience all kinds of really intense emotions. And what's really interesting is that the more intense the emotions are, the more raw they are. You're not going to be shamed for those emotions. You're going to be applauded for those emotions. People will applaud how real and honest that performance is. And this is one of the greatest ways to start openly feeling uncomfortable emotions in front of other people without feeling shame. shame. The third reason why drama therapy is fantastic for working with issues of narcissism is that drama teaches empathy. And when you have increased empathy, you have increased intimacy with others, as well as improved insight. So we all know that narcissists and narcissistic people have difficulty with insight and empathy. And that, of course, has a deep effect on their ability to really experience intimacy. Drama itself requires that you put yourself in the character's shoes. So through a lot of acting exercises and acting training, you become very familiar with how to look at a situation from the character's perspective. So you're going to have to constantly put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and you're going to get really good at it because that's pretty much all you're going to be doing all day long. When you practice something over and over, you're going to get really good at it. Now, when it actually comes to doing drama therapy, there are exercises where you're not going to be actually participating in the exercise. Certain types of drama therapy, you're just going to be listening to somebody else, or you're just going to be witnessing somebody else's story. But even if you're not an active participant in that particular exercise or activity or scene, you're still a part of that drama therapy group, which means that you're still receiving therapeutic benefit by listening to someone else's story. And so when it comes to the processing phase of the drama therapy session, you're going to be asked, how could you relate to that person's story? It's almost impossible to avoid having to connect to other people in the cast, other people in your drama therapy group, and the roles that you are portraying. It's going to significantly heighten your empathy skills. Number 4, drama therapy teaches emotional regulation. This is important because a lot of people with NPD or even borderline personality disorder or other personality disorders have a hard time controlling their emotions, regulating their emotions. And drama therapy is a great way to discipline yourself as far as regulating emotions. Mostly what you're looking at is the discipline to shut off an emotion when it's not the right time to express that emotion. So I can't tell you how many times I've done live theater and something totally goes wrong and you want to laugh at what happened and you cannot laugh. You have to really discipline yourself to hold back that laughter. And when you learn how to hold back an emotion like laughter, you can control other emotions as well. In an actual drama therapy setting, it's possible for you to finally deal with pent-up emotions that you may have never dealt with before. And it's incredibly cathartic and therapeutic because the emotions are set in the context of the activity or the scene. So once the scene is over, that's it. You're done crying because you're no longer in the scene. The fifth great thing about drama therapy is that you get to put on a real mask. What's really interesting about mask work is that most people think masks are for hiding behind, and nothing could be further from the truth. Masks actually liberate the self. Masks serve the purpose of making us feel more confident in being genuine. So when somebody wears a mask, they're able to experience certain aspects of the self that they have a hard time getting in touch with. You're putting on a literal mask and you immediately abandon your figurative mask. So the false self or the self that you like to show the public, that comes off as soon as you put on the actual real piece of plaster or plastic on your face. And what that does is it liberates you to get in touch with and experience and even show other people parts of yourself or emotions that you have that for whatever reason you're just not comfortable letting other people see. Masks have an incredible ability to free the self, and it's such an incredibly deep and intense issue that I think I might actually make an entire video devoted just to the magic of masks. This brings us to our final reason why drama therapy is so cool for narcissism, and that is it provides a vehicle for the extension of the self. We know that narcissists will sometimes project themselves onto other people and see other people as extensions of themselves. Well, one of the most amazing tools for extending the self is, believe it or not, puppetry. Puppets are a great way to remove our entire physical self from the situation and project ourselves onto an inanimate object and make that object do the talking. I'm pretty sure I'm also going to be doing a separate video to discuss puppetry by itself, because it really is a fascinating tool, again, to extend the self and project the self onto something else. Now, these are things that narcissists do naturally. These are things that humans do naturally, maybe not as intensely or as often as somebody with NPD, but we all do these things. And that's why everybody can really get a lot out of drama therapy, whether it's an official drama therapy group or a drama therapy session, or you're just joining an acting class or performing in a play. All kinds of theater have incredibly cathartic results. So that brings me to my big announcement. I am going to begin a type of drama therapy right here on my channel. Now, that's going to be a little bit difficult because usually drama therapy occurs in real time. All the participants are interacting together at the same time. Well, that's not exactly possible in an online static video format, but luckily there are hundreds of different types of drama therapy. And so the one that I've chosen to start with on my channel is something called bibliotherapy. And that's just a fancy name for therapeutic storytelling. So I'm going to be sharing lots of stories with you. And my intention is for the stories that I share on this channel to have an effect on everyone who watches. So whether you consider yourself a narcissist or a person with NPD, or maybe you're somebody who was negatively affected by a very narcissistic person, maybe you've encountered some toxic people, or maybe you're interested in thinking a little bit more deeply about your own character flaws and you're seeking for a way to become more self-aware about your own flaws, this is a great way to start. So I'm going to explain all the details in the very next video. So be sure to watch that video next. I'm Jen Guerriero, and this is Poisonous People. Thanks for watching.